Hi everybody, how are you? My name is Jyotsna Ahuja. Today I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking to you about why the white space has been formed so that you can perhaps understand who we are, why we do what we do, and how is it that we got to this point. All my life I've been somebody who could always sense what was unsaid and what a person felt, even more than they could express themselves. Now, that is a gift, but it also carries a certain amount of learning requirements with it, and which meant that I walked through life not understanding why I couldn't make sense of certain behaviors, of certain people's attitudes, why my experiences were so different from another. Why was it that I felt another's pain and believed it was my own? A lot of you may have heard the term empath. A lot of you may have heard the term psychic. A lot of you may have heard the term, somebody who's very sensitive or a highly sensitive person. It's called an HSP. Now, the thing is, a lot of that, yes, but you also need to have the desire to want to help and untangle or disentangle situations that other people find themselves in, because you've been there. It's very easy to sit and say, oh, I can tell you what to do and this is what you should do. But the reason anybody undertakes any kind of healing work is because they have an innate desire to heal themselves. And that was why I started the white space. Over years, I sought to understand the reasons behind people's actions. Over years, I sought to understand what are the energies that are actually governing the situation. Why is it that this is happening repeatedly? Perhaps I'm geared that way, to think that way. Perhaps I'm made to do the work that I do. Whatever it is, I learned one science after another. I strove to understand the basic emotions that drove people and the reasons why they felt the way they did. And therein I learned and covered many courses. I would like to use the word mastered, but I would not like to use the word mastered, because any master will call himself or herself a student first. We never stop learning. And any student, the fact that he's the desire to learn and understand and serve, is already a master in his own right. So for all the people out there who are wondering what the white space does and why, the white space, we provide a safe space for people to understand themselves better, to understand why the things that happen to them are actually reflections of what's inside them, and more importantly, how to disentangle the knots that bind oneself. By the very trauma that we have experienced, by our perceptions and our unconscious decisions that we made at that point of time, we experience certain life patterns that repeat themselves and certain limitations that are self-created, because it is actually our underlying desire to overcome that and become free and powerful to an even greater level than when we came here. And in that aspect, the sciences that support us at White Space are esoteric tarot, we learn in-depth vibrational numerology, and we learn Western or psychological astrology, which is actually a map of the psyche on the paper. It's easy for me to say we practice and we teach. Yes, we do that. But I use the word learn because every time I have practiced somebody's astrological chart, every time I've helped them out with numerology, I have only learned. And every time we teach, we learn. And the people who learn with us, they go out there and they teach others to live a better life. So that's the esoteric sciences. I am also trained in energy healing. I may or may not choose to use that, and therefore the people that we work with may or may not take that and carry that forward. That's entirely a matter of choice. As a person, I'm also a trained counselor, as a therapist, and I have worked over a few years with that until I incorporated all of that finally into the white space, so that we can provide our clients and the people who are really looking out there for guidance through this time and who are brave enough and courageous enough to explore that. So the idea at the White Space is to combine clinical science in terms of psychotherapy and its ground structure, and with the arts of the mystic sciences like tarot, astrology, numerology, intuition, energy work, healing, a lot of understanding about relationships. We put it together in a uniquely never seen before concept or approach. I don't have a name because to name it would limit it. That's why it's called the White Space. That's what we bring to you. I and we. Why that? A lot of people even say that you are the person behind the White Space. Why I, and why do you say we? Well, technically, yes, I am the person that you see physically. The answer to that also is, I believe we're never alone. Each person whose lives we touch has touched us in turn, and therefore it is never just me, it is always we. And that is exactly what White Space aims to really turn each person's understanding into, that you yourself are a support system, not just unto yourself but also unto those around you. And similarly, you're not alone because they are there for you too, to create an authentic relationship with yourself and therefore with everybody else that you're connected to. This is the goal, this is the desire, this is the White Space's basic bedrock foundation. This is why I created it, this is why I was guided to create it, this is what I want to do and to offer you and to invite you to come. Feel safe, explore yourself, discover who you are, and finally set yourself free into being the best version of yourself that there ever could be. Only you can set you free. You are the only person you require. Your best and only relationship that will last lifelong is with yourself. Heal that, and everything else is just a mirror reflection of that. I look forward to seeing whoever sees this at some day in person. If not, my wishes will always be there. The energy will always flow to you. You will always be touched in some way or the other. But it would be a joy to see one of you or more of you in person at our workshops, at our sessions, at our classes, at our courses, anywhere, anyhow, anytime. No limitations, no definitions. But welcome and take care. I wish you only the best. Thank you for watching this.